Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of 0 to 1 million AUEC, a series where I try to reach 1 million AUEC by playing different game loops in Star Citizen, and I'll try to do all of them or as much as I can. Anyways, today's focus is to get all the gems we can and become rich. Well, close to becoming rich. Anyways, I'm going to be doing a cave mission, hoping to collect some gems, and then afterwards, we're going to be doing some rock mining for the first time ever, or it'll be my first time ever. I started this episode with around 270k AUEC, though I did 2 bunker missions and a few very low risk target bounties. I am here at Cruel 1 at the time, and we're going to rent the Cuddy Black as well as the Roc from the refinery and set our way to Crusader, where we'll get started with the cave mission. I'll see you there. So I rented the Roc for about 4.5k AUEC and the Cuddy Black for about 34,000 AUEC, and this set me back roughly 40,000 AUEC, but this is an investment and we're going to make this all back once we get to our mining efforts, and we'll make a little bit or most of this back with the cave mission as well. Okay, so this is the cave mission that we're gonna do. It has a payout of 30k, which is great, but the selling point of this mission is the ability to find loot boxes that have mined gems already collected inside of them. And with Call to Arms, it really pays out to around 35k AUEC. So basically, after this mission is complete, we'll pretty much have made up all the money that we had spent renting the Cuddy and the Roc. So I just arrived at the cave, and I'm gonna just fast forward the completion of this mission. For the general idea, I just go into the cave and kill everyone and check all the bodies for loot as well as boxes. And after I complete it, I will explain why I don't believe this mission is really worth the time and effort unless you're just trying to pick out a cave or get a cave location to come hand mine in. Anyways, see you after the mission. So basically, after killing everyone in the area, I always checked for a strangler hiding, but once I deemed that it was safe, I'd go check out the bodies for any loot. It seems like the bodies don't really spawn with any loot, which was the main focus was primarily finding gems. Any more like older patches, but I did find a mining box that had some cruise drinks and a couple gems, so I took those. After I killed everyone, I looked around once more for some loot boxes and looted some bodies, but didn't really find anything of value, so I decided to leave the cave. While we ended up making around 37,000 AUEC total after selling the gems that we had found in the box for around 2,000. In the previous patches, the people that you killed also dropped a lot of gems, and so the value of this mission was close to around 150,000. But now it doesn't seem like this is the case. So I mean, it's still a mission. You still can make around 35k from it, but I'd rather just do 2 bunker missions rather than a cave mission in the hopes that we can loot some weapon boxes and maybe even get a railgun or something, which is a lot more of value. In the middle of making this video, the 3.18.2 patch dropped right when I was just about finishing my rock mining run, and sadly lost all of that progress that I had made. However, I was among the lucky ones to not have the AUEC reset. I did hear from a lot that if you had over a million or you had accumulated a lot of AUEC, then it was reset, but we only had 270,000, so I guess we were lucky. Or whatever. But anyways, I basically created my character again and set my spawn to Loreville because that's where I want to focus the industrial side of the game loops around, and it provides a lot of great locations for mining and also salvage. But yeah, so after doing that, we got right to work, which was rock mining. It's always a good practice to get off the planet when you first spawn and go to a nearby space station and set a region point there. So I did just that for Everest Harbor. On my short ride from Lorville to the harbor, I planned out my rock mining expedition. There is a bit of planning that gets involved, mainly in terms of ensuring that you have the right equipment and such. What you really need is the rock, of course, which is a land mining vehicle, and a big enough spaceship to carry it around, in which the Cuddy Black is perfect. And if you don't have a big enough ship, then it's also really cheap to rent. After doing some research, I picked out Ariel, which is one of the moons on Hurston, to be my location of choice to do rock mining. It seemed that Hadanite likes to spawn in hot places, and Ariel has a bunch of it, and you can find very large veins of Hadanite, which makes it even better. But in order to mine on Ariel, which is known to be a very hot moon, I also went and brought the Pembroke heat suit, which provides great protection to the hot temperatures. Anyways, after sorting out all of the equipment stuff, I made my way to a mining outpost on Ariel in my cuddy that I had just rented, which I'm really starting to love, and started a journey that would make me really rich. Driving the Roc can be a lot of fun, but yeah, it is a snug fit if you do rent a cuddy or have a cuddy that you're going to be using to transport the rock around. It almost went bad for me here, but I managed to get it inside, so yeah. The first thing I did was drive off into the distance, away from any quantum warp points. I just wanted to get away as far as I can from these points so that it's less likely that I'd run into players, because nobody wants to be mining for an hour just to get pirated. After I felt that it was a safe distance, I got to the scanning. This can be tricky to get the hang of at first, and it certainly took me a while, but basically I'd set the cuddy to cruise at a decent speed of around 200, and the altitude would be around 1,000 meters. And every 5 seconds, I would send out a scanning ping using my tab button. And what I was really looking for was objects to appear out of the blue that are less than 3,000 meters away, which indicates that it's a gem deposit that can be mined by the rock. And they have a RS signature that is a multiple of 20. Now, there are many more in-depth guides to go over all the mining's ins and outs, so I would recommend you check those out on YouTube if you're looking to learn the more intricate details of how mining actually works. But back to this video. Anyways, I found this gem deposit that was close to me, so I went up close to it, and basically once you get to a certain distance of it, these diamonds will appear, and that indicates that it's a rock that can be mined. You want to get close enough and press the left button on your mouse to start scanning it, which will then on the left hand side give you a more intricate description of what that rock is and the type of gem that it is. I was primarily looking for Hadanite, so luckily the two that I found first were actually Hadanite. So I parked my cuddy close to the veins and got into my rock to mine my first ever gems. Once I got close enough to the rocks, I pressed M to extend my mining arm. What I like to do first is scan all the rocks and then put the arm in mining mode and start breaking it. And the process is just like hand mining, where you have to keep the energy that you put into the gem in an optimal range until it cracks. Once I got the last rock in the vein cooking, I put the arm into extraction mode by pressing the right click button on my mouse and started collecting all the gems that were basically exploded. So now that I showed you everything I learned about mining and my approach when it comes to rock mining, which is mainly the bare minimum, but it gets the job done. It's basically a rinse and repeat process. So I'll fast forward this part of me mining for just over an hour and see you guys when I go to sell everything.
One hour later.
So I was out rock mining for just over an hour and was able to fill like 90% of my rock. And the only gems that I mined were hadonite. Now there were big veins of dolomite that I came across, which would have made this whole mining expedition a lot quicker and filling up the rock much quicker. But I just wanted to see how much hadonite I could find on aerial, so I just stick with mining hadonite. Anyways, I'm here at Everest Harbor, so let's go sell all the hadonite that we had mined at the admin office and see how much we made. For those who don't know, but the admin office on Everest Harbor is located on the second floor of the Galleria. I sold my first batch of hadonite for around 137,000 AUEC, but still had a bunch left, so I server hopped and sold the rest of them for around another 57,000. So the total profit that we made from rock mining was 194,000 AUEC, which is just under the goal of achieving the 200,000 profit mark, leaving us with 442,000 AUC at the end of this video. I think rock mining can be really profitable and it really is satisfying to do as well. And when you start getting into the flow state of mining, it can be a really quick process, allowing you to really stack the money at an insane rate. The other added benefit is you can pick the location that you want to mine at, and some of the moons and planets are really beautiful. So if you like to adventure and see new places in the Star Citizen verse, this is a great game loop for you. I really enjoyed this session, and in the next episode, I will continue this mining expedition, but this time with a rented prospector. Thank you for watching. Check out the rest of the series on my channel if you enjoyed, and like this video and subscribe if you want to see more content just like this one. That's all for now, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.